But yeah, so that was about it about Persona 5. And I won't say much about Darling the Franxx. Well, mostly also because, not just because of what I've written in my last DeviantArt post of what happened, but also like spoilery stuff. I mean, I do mention, you know, this was written before I watched that episode, so I have no idea, so you guys won't know, but I mean, let's just say, it's absolutely worth it, honestly. I mean, it was honestly one of my favorite parts of the episodes, I would say. Anyway, you transform into a spring Mario, press A to go boing. That's what it meant. Anyway, so, just gotta do this. So yeah, so I would say like the Darling the Franxx, it actually feels more like a romance, like mainly about relationships and stuff, and less of a mecha anime, which is actually perfectly fine with it because I'm not really a huge fan of mecha animes, to be honest. They say the Spring Mario is like not that easy to control. And yeah, I kind of agree with that. It is kind of a little tricky, but you just gotta get used to it. Anyway, what else? So yeah, I do have a crush on that one particular girl, and as you know, I actually do really want to have a girlfriend, because like I just want to have like love and intimacy, and you know, when you first get a girlfriend, you start to experience passion, which is that erotic feel, like that excitement that you get when you first interact with a girl and stuff, and like first be with her for like about a year or so. And though of course, even though when it wears off after a few years, you then start to develop companionship where you start to help each other, basically. And usually that's like one of the trickier parts. Sorry if I'm following up. That's one of the trickier parts in a relationship, because usually people like when they start off, you know, feeling like very like fuzzy and stuff, like very excited, I would say, and during the passionate phase. That's what I learned in the Modern Romance book by Aziz Ansari. Also, I really love the music in this. Listen, it's really badass. That's so good. It's like one of the really good songs of Mario Galaxy. Anyway, so I have to climb up Mecha Bowser and destroy him piece by piece. Actually, basically just reach into the head. Some people point out that, or one commenter I'd say about this song kind of sounds like a Nazi march. And yeah, I kind of agree, it is kind of like military-ish kind of thing. I mean, that's what they imagine. I mean, I don't blame them. I also was having these thoughts. Anyway, so just gotta take off these things. Anyway, so like as you know, I just like would really want to experience the love and intimacy. I know I already said it, but you get the idea. Anyway, oh, shit. There we go. Hard to kill these guys when you're on the ledge, you know. I gotta go inside this. So, as you know, I haven't really interacted with a lot of girls in my life. As a matter of fact, the only girls I was basically attracted to back in, you know, during my school days, before college, were middle school. Because back in my high school, not a lot of the girls were very attractive. But in middle school, there were a lot of attractive girls. So, in middle school, I had several crushes, and I also, like, always thought of, like, what they would look like, you know, naked and everything. That, you know, puberty stuff, basically. And I always dreamed of, like, what it would be like going into the girls' locker room and stuff. You know, so, because I've like never. This is also before I discovered porn. Because at the time I didn't know it was called porn. I just go on YouTube and look at, like, you know, girls kissing and stuff. Just ignore that bat and only strike when he strikes. So I had a few crushes back in middle school, and I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really interacted with any other of the girls back in middle school. I didn't even do like any. Oh wait, I have to take care of this. There we go. Haha. Alright, now I gotta take this guy down. So, as you know, I didn't really interact with much of the girls in middle school. I didn't even dance with them back then. Because, like, I was very shy and stuff. So, during the school dance, I never did any slow dances or anything. Because I was that insecure back then. Fuck. Let's try again. Oh, fuck! Oh, damn! God damn. Oh, wait. Actually, nah, I want to do it from forward. I know I saw this spring thing back there, but I just want to do it this way. Okay, I made it. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, come on! Got it! Haha! Oh, shit. I didn't even go through him, fuck. I destroyed him, so I did it. I didn't die on him, too, so that's a bonus. So, yeah, I really wanted to have a girlfriend ever since middle school. That's basically during the start of puberty. And, I, dreamed about having a girlfriend. I mean, I always dreamed about having a girlfriend, even to this day. And, throughout my life, I always wondered what it would be like to have, like, a girl in my life. Like, I always thought of having a girl, like, to watch, like, what it would be like having a girl next to me during the 2016 election. Which, also another thing, before, when I visited my cousin back in 2015, I told him that my year resolution in 2016 was to definitely get a girlfriend, because that was during the start of doing online dating. But I realized that 2016 was definitely not the best year to find a girl, because how everything was really political, and I would not be surprised if she would have brought up Donald Trump and everything else. And the one thing I learned from Mr. Inter was that this is a YouTuber named Mr. Inter. He did say that the one thing to ruin a friendship is politics. And I do agree that it is definitely one way to ruin a friendship. So I'm glad I didn't really find a girl back in 2016, because that would be fucking disastrous. Yeah, but so then what about 2017? Well, then that was during the time when I kind of had to lay low and going after Guppy. That was during the time where I decided to lay low and kind of take a break from finding a girlfriend. So that's basically what happened. So, and another thing was that, and then I still started to wonder what would it be like if I had a girl, like, to watch with for the My Little Pony movie. Like, so during the My Little Pony movie, like, during a lot of stuff, and what it would be like with her next to me while I'm driving. So there were a lot of stuff I used to fantasize and imagine of what it would be like to have a girl in my life, but sadly, it's not happening. But I mean, it might happen later, but I don't know. So that's the hooligan that's been causing trouble. Yeah, well, I'll teach him. Another thing I'd like to mention is that myself, as you know, because I'm, of course, not like I'm not really getting any not interacting with any girls and stuff. The main reason why was because I kind of have social pragmatic communications disorder, according to my psychologist, so I'm kind of nervous when it comes to approaching, like, a girl and stuff. Hold on. Now, who do we have here? You some friend of those penguins? Let's get something clear here. Landwalkers, let's get something clear here, Landwalker. The sea is mine. Mine, see? If you want it back, show some gills and make it through 8 rings. So yeah. Oh shit, I gotta get that shell. So as you know, because I am pretty nervous when it comes to trying to approach a girl and stuff, I kind of consider myself as what many people on 4chan consider themselves, a robot. There are usually two types of, people that when it comes to, how they are when it comes to getting in a relationship with a girl. And that usually applies to men mostly. And that is incel and robots. And basically, incels are it basically means an involuntary celibate, which are those that don't view themselves as the main reason why they don't have a girlfriend, and mainly they just blame their problems at the world and women in general. They hold misogynistic views and everything, and basically have this desire to kill people. Great examples would be Elliot Rodger and Alec Manassian, the Toronto killer, basically. And Elliot Rodger is the guy that did the Santa Barbara shooting back in 2014 on May 23rd, which is my birthday, by the way. So, on my 18th birthday, no less. I mean, I remember that was not bad for a landwalker. Well, I'm a fish of my words. The sea's all yours, buddy. So, the funny thing was that in May 23rd of 2014, that was my 18th birthday. And I actually wanted to celebrate by getting myself... this sounds kind of ridiculous and stuff, but I actually bought myself some condoms because I was like, this is the age of consent. So I bought myself some condoms as like a showing of, me being at the age of consent, which is actually not really too bad. Like, you have to have, condoms and stuff if you want to prevent pregnancy and disease and stuff, but that's just how I was back then. That's what happened, because obviously, I was much of me being a virgin and stuff, and I want to check out that new galaxy, and oh, it's in that other galaxy. So yeah, that's how I was, me being nervous and kind of a newbie when it comes to girls. But yeah, so that's basically what an incel is. And then there's robot, basically robot, which is from 4chan. And robots are those that understand that the problems are themselves and, acknowledge these faults, and are also those that aren't able to get girls. And I do consider myself a robot, though of course I've taken the robot test, and it actually showed that I was, and from the results it kind of showed that I was a cyborg and not a robot. But though in general terms, I do consider myself a robot because I'm unable to, for how I am and stuff. You have a letter from Luigi. Bro, I got a star, but now I can't get back. This picture shows where I am. Help me! He's at the B place. Where is that place? It looks familiar, but then again, let me give you this picture so you won't forget where Luigi is. Yeah, I know. Okay, I think he's at the first world, I'm assuming? The first area? So yeah, I do consider myself a robot and stuff, as how I'm not able to, for just how I am, obviously I have a dry, monotone voice and everything, so that also plays a part of it. Another thing about me is that the one thing that I'm unsure about myself, about getting a girlfriend, is that I'm afraid that I might not have, just how I am, basically, because, I have a dry, monotone voice, and I can't really crack any good jokes or anything. As in, I do understand what's funny, but I don't think I can make anyone laugh, so I kind of have no sense of humor, I would say. I don't know if sense of humor applies to understanding funniness or, being funny. But, point is, I can understand funniness, but I'm not really funny per se. So yeah, I'm pretty lax and stuff. I don't go to much, if I was at an amusement park and everything, I don't go to any of the wild rides because I get very nervous. So don't expect me to go on Shikra if we go to Busch Gardens, because that's not how I am. I'm like very nervous and stuff. I prefer sightseeing and stuff more to rides. I mean, the only rides I'm actually comfortable with are a Ferris wheel, that swingy thing, the thing that like spins around and stuff, and you're on that swing and everything. And what else? And basically, and also the big long slides. I do enjoy the long slides. But that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm assuming if I can get there, if I go from the other side, I would assume. Let me try that out. I don't know if I could be wrong, but or actually wait, let me try going backwards. Because I mean I don't know. I mean I have the B Mario, so. Oh shit! Fuck! Okay, let's try this again. Anyway, so what else? So yeah, I'm a very shy and lax kind of person. Like I don't do a lot of like, you know, like I prefer just to relax and like, you know, chill and stuff. Oh wait. Oh shit, oh fuck. That would have been funny if I actually got up there. But that didn't happen. Okay, good, I didn't interact with the B. I already did that already, so. Okay, assuming maybe I have to go this way. It's been a while since I've done it, so I apologize. So what else about me? So I'm very like shy, introverted, very quiet. I don't consider myself funny, so I mean honestly, I just feel like I kind of have a dry personality, really. So I don't know if that might be a hindrance to forming a relationship with a girl, because I don't know if a girl would prefer a guy like that's funny and stuff and like very lively compared to me, where I'm very passive and like, you know, kind of dry and stuff. And who's basically a robot, I would say. Though I will say this, I'm not much of a robot compared to Mark Zuckerberg. Now Mark Zuckerberg, he is a prime example of a robot. And I'm not talking about in terms of what 4chan, like the term of not getting a girl and stuff, but I mean in terms of like literally a robot. Like, have you seen the Senate hearings with Mark Zuckerberg? The man is literally a robot. I mean, I would not be surprised if some conspiracy theorists genuinely believe he is a robot, like constructed as a robot, and is not human. But no, he is human, but you know, I'm just saying, he literally is like a robot. But no, I do consider myself a robot in terms of guys unable to form to get a girlfriend, and they blame themselves and how they are in not getting a girlfriend, basically. Okay, so not here, because that's not where Luigi is. Wait a minute, actually, let me look at it's obvious, I know where it is. I mean, next to the fountain, but I'm assuming, like, is he like he's on top of that place that's unable to reach, unless maybe if he had the B thing, but I didn't even try that. So let me try again. He is definitely in Honey Hive Galaxy. Anyway, so yeah, basically I am a robot, and I do always dream of, you know, having sex with a girl. I don't even, you know, I always wonder what sex feels like. He's probably on that tree right there. I don't know if I could get to him. And I always dream of what it's like to have sex. Like, you know, I don't know, like, you know, girls, how they're very soft and, you know, squishy and everything, you know. And primarily them being soft and stuff. I always wondered what their boobs felt like, because, you know, like, just a lot of stuff I dream about, you know, when it comes to having sex. So, I mean, that's just how I am, you know? Anyway, wait a minute. I think I can make it. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. Oh, he's tuckered out. Alright, let me try to see if I can get Luigi from... Ooh, what if I come from here and I fly over there? Okay, yeah, I know, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Did I accidentally talk to him? Is that what happened? Wait a minute. Oh no. I thought it was one of those things that, like, grabs you up and, you know... But no, it's not. Alright. So let me go up from here. And go up from here. And go up from here. Yes! Got it! Okay. He's right there. Can I talk to him? Maybe I have to be Mario. Yeah, I think I have to be Mario. There we go. Haha, that's what I was supposed to do. Ow, oh, wow, oh, hey, bro. I hid because of that big scary bug. I found the power star, so let's go home. Yeah. I love Luigi. I'm glad he's in Super Mario Odyssey. I found out that he's actually a DLC in Odyssey. He has Luigi's Balloon World. I haven't done it before, but you know, he has a bow tie and stuff. So I'm just glad he's in Odyssey. Because it's just a huge crime if he wasn't. I mean, of course, I knew he wasn't going to be a playable character, but... Like, just like Galaxy, where he's a supportive character, that kind of thing. Yeah, so... Another thing I also dream about, and this is actually, like, you know... Here's the thing, I discovered this really nice song. This is like, it's from an anime movie, by the way, and it's a very old anime movie. I don't know if you guys know this, but Nostalgia Critic reviewed it. It's called the Super Mario Bros. The Mission to Rescue Princess Peach. It's that anime Super Mario Bros. Basically. It's also another Mario movie, not the shitty live action version, but but this one's actually, I would say, good in terms of a Mario movie. Of course, there are, you know, there's a lot of like inconsistencies and weird shit in it, but I'm able to forgive it because, you know, it's Mario and stuff, and it's an old anime. Like, surprisingly, it was made after Super Mario Bros. Was released, and there were a lot of stuff in this thing that actually would show up in future games. So, despite how like weird that anime is, it was definitely ahead of its time, predicting a lot of stuff that would come from future Mario games. Pretty sure these were just ideas that were maybe like a template to Miyamoto's like future creations. I don't know if Miyamoto participated in the movie, in the making of the movie whatsoever, or he was probably inspired by some of the stuff from the movie. I'm not sure. Anyway, right now it's 3:04, but I'll probably stop at 3:20. My brother shouldn't show up by then. It's Tuesday, so Tuesday of May 15th. By the way, I noticed it's the actually I'll leave that for last. What else? So, is there a new Galaxy? Let me check. So anyway, so there's this one song in that anime Mario movie where it actually appears in Mario's fantasy of him dancing with Peach, and at the end. And honestly, it's probably one of the most heartfelt, most genuine love songs I've ever heard. Like, that I've ever heard in general. That came from a Mario anime movie. And I don't know if there's anything... Oh yeah, I was right. There is a new Galaxy. I think it's at the... It's at that far one, the far end one, the bedroom one. But yeah, I was right. So... It's a very genuine song, and honestly, this would be the kind of song that I'd definitely dance to with my future girlfriend. Because as you know, I haven't really danced with I haven't done a slow dance with a girl all my life. So I thought that if I ever had a chance to actually get a girlfriend, this would be the song I'd definitely play, you know, to dance with her. I mean, it'd be kind of weird though, because she'd probably not know it, but I'm pretty sure she would love how it sounds and definitely dance to me with it. It definitely feels very, very much like a slow dance and like something that you know, it should be played in school proms and stuff. I'm not kidding. It's actually really good. I'll leave a link to that. It's called Adieu My Love. That's what the song's called. It's called Adieu My Love. So definitely take a listen to it. It's a very good, you know, love song, I'd have to say. Pretty sad, too. Especially consider the ending to that Mario movie. Honey Climb Galaxy. Oh, this should be fun. So, yeah, that's another thing about me, like, how much I love girls. I do consider myself a womanizer, I would say, scaling the sticky walls. And another thing I'd like to point out, I know I didn't say before how I was depressed because I couldn't have a girlfriend back when I was in USF. Excuse me. I'd like to point out that that wasn't the main reason why I left USF. There were other reasons why, mainly because I kind of lost confidence in myself of how I was doing academically. And also because of not having a girlfriend, but that was like a small part of it. But mainly also in environmental factors. I didn't like where I was living. Like, it was mostly cold at every single time. Because I lived with roommates that put the air condition like very like in freezing temperatures. Because I did request it to be in a cold room, not in a warm room. And I have no choice, because that's what happens when you're in Florida. Like, temperatures vary significantly in rooms when you're in Florida. That's why even in my room, in my own bedroom at my house, I always have to put in very cold temperatures when I sleep, and when I wake up it's fucking freezing. But I have no choice because, like I said, that's what happens when you live in Florida. So, yeah, so that's another reason. It's like environmental factors and stuff. But not just because of the girlfriend. And another great thing that would be a great description of why I was depressed, you know, how I wasn't doing well with my academics and stuff, primarily in calculus and even psychology back then, which I passed that class, by the way, with an 89% in my community college. But it actually goes well with this description that even Jordan Peterson actually made a brief mention of you being depressed when it comes to your academics. He mentions how, like, you get a bad grade on a test. You then feel like other things that start to widen the gap of your depression. And that was exactly like how I felt back in USF. So he basically nailed the head of why I was depressed back in USF. I think I'll leave a link to it, but yeah, he basically nailed it right there. But the point is, what I'm trying to say is that not having a girlfriend at that time wasn't the main reason why I was depressed back in USF. As a matter of fact, during my darkest times, when I was at my wit's end, I actually prayed to God saying, before I prayed to him about like giving me a girl and stuff to love and everything, but then I prayed to him just to do well in my academics and like scrap the whole getting a girlfriend thing. Because I realized that, here's the thing, getting a girlfriend is not really the main thing that solves your depressing problems, I would say. It's not really one of the main crucial factors that would give you happiness. It is one of the crucial factors, but it's not the main crucial factors. As a matter of fact, the main thing is to basically have a career, like have a purpose in life, you know, do something you love, I would say. So, you know, and that's another thing, because even though if I don't do well in my academics, and not only would I not be able to have my dream of becoming a scientist, it would actually be even more difficult to have a girlfriend in the first place, because girls tend to love guys that actually are, like, committed to, you know, certain goals, and actually, you know, would have a job in general, because, you know, biologically, like, men are kind of the breadwinners and of the household and stuff, so girls would never be attracted to guys that are neats and stuff. Here's another thing about me. I actually don't mind having a girl that's like a neat, or like a neat in general, as long as she has intellectual curiosity, basically. So, and also not staying in her room every single day, but like would be able to go out and everything and do some stuff. and like would read books and everything, because that plays into intellectual curiosity. So that kind of thing. So I am fine with having a neat girlfriend as long as, you know, she has intellectual curiosity and would, you know, is willing to go out, I would say. Let's see. Come on. Got it! Yeah, so that's another thing that I'm actually open to. I guess also another thing I'd like to point out is that I remember my cousin mentioned something about, you know, what is the one thing, a few things that would be a huge turnoff that you might not like to see in a girl and stuff. And I didn't really mention it to him because at one point I actually just arrived and stuff, so I was kind of tired and everything. We were actually having fun and I didn't want it to be that like very serious, but there is actually one thing, and this actually relates to something politically that would be a huge turnoff when it comes to me like having a girl and stuff. And the one turnoff that, believe it or not, would be a main factor in like not, you know, like the primarily I would say a breakup. If I find a girl and like I was hitting it off, and I find out about this political position or this topic, I would say that would be an instant like breakup for me. I would say would be if she was in favor of the death penalty and solitary confinement, basically, and pro-torture. I would say to criminals in general, not just terrorists, but criminals. And what I mean by torture, I mean like, as I've said, solitary confinement, the death penalty, you know, frequent beatings of certain prisoners, like prison rape and being beaten up if you're a pedophile when you're in prison, that kind of thing. Like if she was like fine with this crap, I would say. And also fine with, you know, torturous stuff, like being fine with Guantanamo Bay being open and, you know, also NRA spying, because... No, not NRA, NSA spying, because, like, then she'd be the, not too fond of liberty kind of girl, I would say. And but primarily what I'm trying to get through is that I wouldn't be okay having a girl that has a political position of being in favor of the death penalty. And the main reason why is that, honestly, it's like, how can I personally love a girl if she was in favor of something that is like so, you know, inhuman? I consider the death penalty as, you know, the equivalent of slavery, basically, as it devalues human life and like devalues that person. I mean, that's the one thing I'm not really in favor of, and I view it as like being like as a crime against humanity, I would say. And the one thing that I would like to have in a girl is like, you know, basically respect of all human life, no matter how bad that person is. That like, and that includes like, not saying that she would have to forgive that person. I'm fine that if she would still view that criminal or that like or a terrorist as scum, but like she'd still have to, you know, have no such like no cruelty being inflicted upon that person, I would say. So I'm fine if she would view that person as like a scumbag or anything, but, you know, she'd still have to not be in favor of cruelty is what I'm trying to say. So I'm perfectly fine with, you know, girls that think that way, because like I said, it's like normal, like human nature. It's pretty hard to do, unlike say how I'm doing it, but so I'm okay with that. Just not being in favor of the death penalty or solitary confinement or whatever torturous method for criminals, I would say. And terrorists. Thinking of what to do next. I think I'm just gonna redo a world, because like my time is almost up and I don't know what to do next, so I'm just gonna redo something. Redo a world, basically. So yeah, you know, because here's the thing, I'm very open-minded when it comes to like dating a girl with opposing political views. I'm fine if she's against, you know, universal health care. I'm fine if she's against, like, you know, raising taxes and everything. So basically, I'm fine with dating a girl that's like a libertarian, I would say. I'm also fine if she's very lax on gun control, that kind of thing. I'm also fine if she's also opposed to abortion, though that would be a problem, because that means I really need to try my hardest not to impregnate her, so that I have to, like, make sure that condom is, like, on at all times, you know, because by the time she's pregnant, then that's going to be a huge problem. So I'm fine with all of that. The thing I'm just not fine with is just her being in favor of the death penalty or solitary confinement or, you know, the sex offender registry thing being public or pedophiles and all that kind of crap. But and like obviously I don't think that'd be a huge issue because bear in mind if I first have like approach a girl and we have a conversation, that's not gonna be my first thing that I'm gonna talk to her about. I'm not gonna be like, what's your political position on the death penalty and stuff. I'm not gonna be like that. No, I'm just gonna, when I first date her and stuff and do all that stuff, I'm just going to assume with, you know, in disbelief, like in terms of reasonable doubt, I would say that she may not be in favor of the death penalty and all that stuff. And like just think that maybe she's opposed to it, not knowing that maybe she might be for it, but I don't know it. Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? So I won't mention anything about this to her, basically. And another thing is, what else? So yeah, but then comes the point is that what if I have sex with her? And then after a few years or so, or some time, I find out that she's in favor of the death penalty. Now that would create some problems and stuff and everything. So, and with that, I have no idea. You know, I'll basically be like, we'll see what happens and how it goes down, basically. So that's all I'm gonna leave it out. You know, leave it up. I would say, because I really do hope I would find a girl that's opposed to the death penalty and opposed to solitary confinement. Like, I would say, you know, from a conservative kind of girl, like a libertarian-ish kind of girl. I'm fine with libertarianism, even though I don't agree with in terms of economics. So she could be like a Ron Paul supporter, that kind of thing. I'm perfectly fine with that. I disagree with her in terms of other stuff, and also on abortion and everything, but hey, I mean, as long as she's not in favor of cruelty inflicted upon prisoners and stuff, then that's all right with me. So I'll leave it at that. What else? I wonder if that stuff's peanut butter because I'm on a peanut-shaped planet and stuff. That's what I always used to wonder. Fuck. Let me stop. So yeah, I mentioned the kind of girl I wouldn't be too fond of in terms of political positions and stuff. I guess I could quickly say of what kind of girls I'm attracted to. As you know, I'm not really... if you would look at my racial sexual preference vlog that I made before, you get the general idea that I do prefer European kind of girls, though the only kind of European girls I'm not too fond of are Mediterranean girls. And, because I don't really view them like... I don't know, I like to think that because I'm ethnically Syrian, that my ancestors have mated with black-haired, dark brown-eyed girls for like generations and generations, that, you know, now being in an environment with girls with different genetics, primarily like European ethnic girls, that it probably has influenced, you know, my biological sexual preference. I think that could be a reason. I don't know. It's just speculation. It's probably not true, but I like to just like think about some stuff, you know? Yeah, so I do... my favorite kind of girls, I actually really love redhead girls, basically. So I am fond with girls with red hair or brown hair. Those are my favorite kinds. Blondie types I'm not too fond of, personally, because, I mean, I don't know. I know it's like also associated with the dumb blonde thing, but that's not the main reason, but I don't know. I just like brown-haired girls more than blonde ones, you know? They just look more appealing. So yeah, but I guess I'd rank them. So obviously red-haired girls are first, brown hairs are second, blonde hairs are third, and black hairs are last because, like I said, black hairs are kind of associated with Mediterranean-ish, but though that's not always true. As a matter of fact, I'm fine with Asian girls, with the black hair Asian girls actually, so, you know, because they're completely different compared to Mediterranean girls, that kind of thing. Even though they share some similarities, you know, the dark eyes and the black hair kind of thing. So yeah. Shit, I think I hear my brother. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to end it off here. I'm gonna have to cut some parts. Not a whole lot, but just some of it, because my brother's here now, I think. So I'm just gonna end it off here. I'll definitely talk what I was talking about before, of what I was talking about in regards to, you know, I'll basically explain in my later gameplay, including also in regards to that as of right now it's May 15th, so it's the primaries in Idaho and Pennsylvania. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'll discuss more politically tomorrow, and this would be my last gameplay vlog for tomorrow. So basically, yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next gameplay vlog. Alright, bye everyone.